Really wish they would redo the American tribes. Personally, I find it so boring to play there. I had a really fun game, actually, with Micmac up in Canada. I really enjoyed that. But yeah, it could definitely use some more attention. It's been a while since they've seen an update. And like, Ben Magnus was going to play as one of the American tribes in the YouTuber multiplayer that we're planning. But the government reforms can't actually be used by American tribes until they themselves reform into a tribal, like monarchy or whatever. Did they even go tribal? Whatever. They have to reform into one of these governments before they even becomes a thing. So that's like the majority of the game. You don't even have access to this really cool feature. I mean, granted, they have what is essentially their own form of that, but it's still annoying. Oh, Holland, you don't have enough men to actually siege down over here. So I'm going to go and run. You're going to go to Den Haag, aren't you? Unfortunately, I can't do edicts in Den Haag. Hope I don't let that trigger. No, I feel like I can't risk this. I want to keep my current family in power. So I'm going to say to Holland, attach to me. I'll come back and stomp these guys. You got exiled. Interesting. You better not be able to join this. No, Holland, what are you doing? Or not doing? Okay, you're still exiled until you get there. I'm going to go and crush their army. Where's Frankfurt gone? Alright, so Utrecht is finally dead. I'm very happy to announce the death of Utrecht. Although they still have 2 provinces, so they can still get some more. Frankfurt. Are you sure you want to continue doing this? Alas, they are. I had no idea you had the perfect South London accent, assumptions and all that. Well, I live in South London right now and have done for many years. Like, I moved away when I was 4, but yes, I am still Dutch. Still have the Dutch passport and all. Grand Banks Fisheries. Our explorers report that over the banks of Newfoundland they have found waters teeming with thousands upon thousands of fish just waiting to be caught. Fishing expeditions are headed to these waters in greater and greater numbers, and markets are awash with an unimaginable supply of fish. Price of fish goes down, price of salt goes up, which I will soon be profiting from. And yeah, it looks like you actually have to go here in order to unexile. So Frankfurt's just screwed themselves. I can join the trade league. How long do I have here? 5 more months. This is cutting it close. This is cutting it very, very close. And unfortunately I don't have any artillery with which to force a breach, although I could quite easily get one. I am quite significantly under my force limit right now. This would, however, require me to take a loan. No, not worth it. We'll take the risk. Norway is colonizing. Maybe. Are Norway independent? Norway are not independent. But yeah, hopefully we see a Vinland. I always enjoy a game when I see Vinland. That would be amazing. Could be worse. It could be Belgian. What, you mean Southern Netherlands? Southern Dutch. Did I miss much? I was watching this episode of 9 on YouTube. You've missed one episode, which is out tomorrow, so nobody will have seen that episode yet. But I had to stream this so that I could record some more, so that there would be more content after tomorrow. Do I need to apply for a working permit in March? I have no freaking clue about Brexit, to be quite honest. It is endlessly frustrating, but I'm quite happy to just leave. Alliance with Bavaria is breaking. Ally... Oh, I'm allied to your rivals Brandenburg and Brunswick. I'd rather keep... Oh, no, Brandenburg just lost a chunk. Who are your allies? You're allied to Austria. You're allied to both of us. Alright. If you wish to break your alliance, you may break your alliance, but I'm not doing it. You can suffer the penalties. Oh, flipping hell. 84%. They got the Grand Banks event. They must be in Newfoundland. Probably. Unless they've just explored there. I don't know what the exact requirement is for it. There are no penalties for breaking alliances as far as I know. There are huge penalties for breaking alliances.
Ready to serve, my lord.
Whether the AI gets them is another question. Okay, so we've won the Battle of Gelre. No longer have rebels about to enforce their demands. Huzzah. Let's go kill their army. Oh, and we just allowed them back in. Damn it. Alright, Holland, you go and take Utrecht. I will go and take Overstricht. Well, then a truce and a trust hit with said nation, and I think a trust hit with all of their allies as well. Like, it's this pretty big deal. Well, cancelling an alliance is different from reneging on an alliance, so maybe I'm thinking of reneging on an alliance when you actually have a call. Because then you definitely get a prestige hit as well. A new thingy of faith. Excellent. I'm thinking either discipline or morale. I do seem to be getting into a lot of scuffles. My army isn't exactly elite. So just being able to stay in fights longer is probably what I need. But then nobody's armies at this point will be elite. So yeah, to out-discipline others, that's not really a thing yet. So I'm going to take the morale. Plus it's also morale of navies, which is soon going to become important. And at this point, I feel like I really should build a cannon. So that I can speed up the siege here. Circulation of hostile publications. A great number of pamphlets, woodcuts and other minor publications have begun to circulate recently, no doubt funded by our enemies. In these vile texts it is claimed that many aspects of the Church of Gelre have been devised as a matter of convenience for the state. While it is doubtful that this critique will leave a permanent mark in the reputation of our state church, it has harmed it in the short run. So we lose some church power, we lose some admin. Considering I just spent all the church power, so we have none to lose, I will happily lose it. Bavaria broke their alliance. Alright, so if we go over to Bavaria, their trust is still at 50. Or maybe it's just because it hasn't updated yet. Get to the end of the month. And I know that my relations with them will be absolutely shattered. Yeah, broke alliance minus 50. Trust did not change. Their prestige, however, is terrible. So it looks like you probably do lose prestige, though I did not check that before it happened. Hey, Paincell, first time catching you live. Thanks for all the content on YouTube, helping me through some tough periods in life. Keep up the good work. I'm pleased they help. I'm definitely pleased they help, and I'm sorry to hear that. And welcome. Always good to see people from YouTube finding me on Twitch. You get to see this stuff live. You get to talk to me live. Huzzah! I actually think they need... Just disconnected my own headset so I can't hear myself talking, which is really annoying. Like, you're so used to hearing your own voice through your own ears and echo through skeleton, whatever. It's really off-putting when you can't hear yourself. So my microphone actually has a feedback into my headset. I actually think they need to fix the... Sorry, Katie, I don't understand that bit. The Carto something. I was playing as England, had 100% trust with Spain, declined a... Oh, call to arms. Gotcha. Declined a call to arms as I was fighting France and Denmark and lost all my trust and alliance, and was like, huh? Playing as England, had 100% trust with Spain, declined a call to arms as you were fighting France and Denmark, lost all your trust. Was that an automatic decline? Or was that you declined because you just weren't watching? So am I going to make a Lubeck trade fleet this time and then leave it without orders? Probably not, Luck. Probably. You know me. It's too tempting not to. Kato Arms stuff is a perfect name for an RPG character. Yeah. The area bordering Antwerpen has been a disputed border region for quite some time, but there really shouldn't be any question about its adherence, considering the cultural ties between us and its local population. Bearing in mind that the rest of the godforsaken country is run at the moment, it's highly unlikely they'll be able to organise any serious defence if we decide to press the matter further. So this is a thing against Burgundy. I'm quite happy for that to happen. Also, my cannon's been built. So we should definitely be able to beat the cycle against you. In fact, one thing I could do, just to screw you over a bit more, is increase local defensiveness. There you go, have another 33% timer. That was something I learned playing Garwal. Man, I had to micro that game. It was hard. Declined because he could not afford to fight in the war while I was fighting France and Denmark. And that's what your opponents were gambling on. And it bit you. I mean, that's one way of really weakening the enemies of your enemy. No. Yeah. If that makes sense. I know usually the saying is the enemies of my friends, but in this case, the enemies of your enemies. No, the friends of your enemies. It's a way of weakening the friends of your enemies. I know what I mean. Right, so we've taken Utrecht, so that's going to be 100%. I'm going to march on here to go and lift this siege, and there's also 20,000 of us, so good luck. I'm going to stomp you. Defeated their fleet and actually captured a few ships, that's nice. Oh, no, you're marching north. Oh, and then you're splitting. That's a mistake. I really hope that you split before I arrive. 20th and 24th, I arrive on the 21st. Perfect! No. They got some reinforcements coming in, but this is a pretty shattering victory for us. I thought. There it is. 5 war score. Lovely. Frankfurt's going to Berg. Utrecht is going to Berg, so I suspect they're all going here. So we will hunt you down and murder you. The enemies of my enemies are also my enemies. And there we go. They're all dead. So with that, I'm going to take a little bit of a risk and reduce my maintenance so I don't need to pay them. That did actually cost me a lot of manpower. How good are artillery at the moment? Hoofnice is still super early. I mean, yeah, actually, this is the earliest artillery, so they really are not good for anything except for destroying stuff. Integrating Holland, when a smaller country gives up its independence to join a greater realm, there is a lot of adapting, and while some parts are easy, the administration of the realm will still need to expand to accommodate all possibilities. Excellent. So that gives me a far greater tax base in comparison. I have apparently succeeded in my build buildings thing, which gives me a plus 10 income for 25 years. Hells yes. And also expand Gelre. Development has grown by at least 50. Gain base tax in Gelre, and also Netherlands area gets growth of capital, which is a construction and dev cost reduction. Sweet. And I now need to state Holland, which I will gleefully do. And it's already cored, because I diplo annexed them. And now I am losing a bunch of money because I'm probably way over my force limit. I am. So I will need to... Actually, one way that I can quickly solve this is consolidate. Boom. And now we are 3 over. 3 over is probably okay. 851. I'm going to get rid of 1 cavalry as well. We'll stay 1 over. That's fine. Oh, you are leaving. Oh, they must have cancelled military access or something. I've noticed the AI does that. Like, when they themselves don't need access during a war, they'll just cancel it and then very often actually manage to isolate your troops. It's annoying. Political crises may occur from time to time. They often involve a conflict between the ruler and the parliament, unrest among the nobility, or conflicts of interests between the nobility and the merchants or religious leaders. I would much rather lose legitimacy than stability, thank you. Decline of Renaissance. The growth that our country has lately seen seems to have diverted much of both our resources and our attention. The educational systems and artistic development we were once known for have suffered accordingly. We can no longer claim to be a leading nation when it comes to embracing Renaissance philosophy. Blooming Renaissance will be removed from Gelre. That's annoying, considering I was about to tech up. I should probably have teched up when it said it's about to be removed, because then it hasn't yet been removed. And yeah, I am completely stuck here. But I can now just band you. That is some serious waiting time. But go ahead and start on Zeeland. Let's go to speed 4 because I need to wrap this siege up. Munster declared war on Brabant. That's annoying. I really need to take Utrecht, the capital, so I can get through to my territories. Royal marriage from Brandenburg. Absolutely. I'm just waiting for somebody to declare war on me. Oh, I do have a province occupied. You're right. I can't get to it anyway, so irrelevant. Growth of the business of crystal. Our efforts to maximise trading profits in the area of Flanders have borne fruit in the province of Antwerpen. Entrepreneurs have managed to greatly increase the output of crystal and found new markets for the capital of the processed goods, gained 2 base production in Antwerp. That's amazing, because this place is already... Actually, you're not nearly as expensive as I expected you to be. That's interesting. Also, Holland, you need to have an edict, don't you, to trade and make me more money. And you need to go back to trading. Austria accepted peace with Zaporozhye. Should you have so many troops in the siege? I have no option. I cannot move them right now. All of the... I'm glad that was paused. Because for a while there, all of the access was cancelled. But apparently somebody just got it back again. I wonder if it was Holland who got it. Might well have been, actually. Oh yeah, that's a good point. That's another thing I've noticed, is AI vassals just don't seem to use ships at all. Like, it's just like the AI is turned off. English channel, we are going to contribute to that. And I might just delete the transports. No, I'm going to keep the transports for the moment. Because I... Oh, we have more carracks. Because I don't know for sure that we're going to be able to take Utrecht here. Looming disaster, civil war. It's all going fine. You never sell ships, do you? I'm always at war, or the people who might want the ships are at war, so then I can't sell them. Mothball the transports. Yeah, I should at the very least do that. You're quite right. Ranting Old Dude. Other than having an absolutely amazing name, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. That is an awesome name. I like that. Munster has accepted peace with Brabant. Brabant paid money and converted to Catholicism. I converted them to Protestant for a reason. Huzzah! Hey, Katie Cat, thank you very much for subbing that thing to Nutlook. Gifting that sub to Nutlook. Wow, I am not talking properly. Ow! Just whacked my hand. Just clonk straight on the nail. Ah, jeez. That hurt. Yeah, that's going to be a bruise tomorrow. How the hell did I do that? Sack of Frankfurt. Traditionally, advancing armies have been expected to supply themselves from what they can plunder in the area they move through. This is often the only way for soldiers to survive in wartime, as payments from the Duchy Treasury can rarely be brought in timely manner to the men. In fact, by paying retroactively, many also avoid the strain of paying for the fallen. As Frankfurt fell, it was therefore expected that our soldiers be allowed to loot the city to enrich themselves. What was less expected was the total and utter destruction of the city that took place. Refusing to follow orders, our men descended upon the helpless burghers. I'm quite happy to sack you. I have no real reason not to, because I have no intention of conquering you. Alright, Frankfurt. And this is also not Mayo and taxes, where such things are treated with disapproval. Oops, no, not offer. I meant treaties. War reps. Oh, I could force you to become Protestant. You're probably going to become Protestant anyway. And I'd much rather have your money, because you're quite wealthy. You and your 21, which used to be 23. Strength. Right, Utrecht. 100% war score. How much to... I could vassalize you. I could totally... No. I couldn't. And this is why I didn't vassalize Brabant either. Right, I just want Utrecht. Please let me take Utrecht. Thank you. Overstrict? Okay, people get slightly antsy if I take Overstrict, so I'm just going to take Utrecht. Connecting up my territories. I'll force you to convert. And I'll take the rest later. Send. Beautiful. Right, let's send you home to go and deal with some rebels. Okay, so I have loads of money. I can now get to all of my territories, so I do not need the transport, so I can just go ahead and delete you. I'll mothball the heavies. They are in a fort right now, so that's fine. I can select a naval doctrine. This is expensive. But I do want the trade power, and I'd rather do this now before the navy grows too much, so we'll get the trade, we'll do that. And I still have 200 ducatses. I didn't end up taking any loans because I'm an amazing manager of money. So I think I'm going to work on building a centre of trade. Becomes an entrepot, cost me 200. Do it. And I need some more rivals. Trier and Flanders are my rivals right now. Brabant would be a great rival, as would Utrecht. I'm going to go Brabant, because I probably will go after them next. And then I need to court Utrecht. Wow, that's expensive. But that's because I'm suffering an almost 20% increase to the price, so we're going to wait until war exhaustion goes down. Civil War. I have to get to 75 legitimacy, otherwise this fires. That's not going to happen anytime soon. And I can also get a Diplo person. I'm going to go with Diplo relations, because I do need to make another ally. Although, I might well be getting 2 new minions soon. Well, no, because I need to let A drop its high again. Wonder how that happened. So I need to go to diplomacy, I need to go to outraged countries and improve relations with you. Then I'm going to go and take a look at who are potential allies. None of these are amazingly high. But that's probably mostly because of the high aggressive expansion right now. I'm surprised you recovered the game. I thought the series was done after episode 9. Not quite. Not quite. This has really been like the game of the comeback kings. 3 forts next to each other bring out the dynamite. Well... that's not actually a proper fort. These 2 are the forts. Utrecht is probably the more important because it protects all of this stuff. Also, having multiple forts is good because it will give me more tradition. Fully maintained, plus 0.95, so I'm actually under the number that I need. CK2, Comeback Kings. Interesting. Can't you raise legitimacy with the military points? You can. I always forget that's even a thing, because it's so sodding expensive. It's basically 10 military power per point, which is horrific. Go away, Bohemia. Also, I'm sorry, Bohemia. Please don't hurt me. I'd love to see another Grand Campaign game. I love the Viking one so much. I'm waiting for Holy Fury. Then that might well happen. Do you think Hoi 4 trade system will ever get the complexity at least partially comparable to this game? No. Absolutely not. If they haven't done it already, they won't do it now. Yikes, that's actually sodding expensive. Let's go to here. It's because we're reinforcing, aren't we? Yes. Yes, we are. Right, I do think that I need to go ahead and... yeah, because if I wait another 2 months, then this is just going to go up. Are we starting to see the spread of this at all? No. However, once Calais has it, we might. So I think I'm going to send a diplomat to England to make sure we have positive relations with England, and then it will spread to us via the coast. Burgundy has announced Gelre as a new rival. My Duke of the Religion Den Haag has converted to Protestant. Oh, thank you, Centre of Reformation in Rostock. That's way over here. But I'm not complaining. That's awesome. Alright, let's also go ahead and increase maintenance to maximum because we can now afford it. Kind of. Is there a modifier for the cost of strengthening government? Is that not till absolutism? I don't even remember that being absolutism. Don't fall. Good. Ooh, disease outbreak, even better. I mean, it's dreadful for them, but no. Could I attack them? I'm slightly low. Oh no, I'm very low actually. 2.4 out of a maximum of almost 4. That's low. War exhaustion continues to fall. I feel like we're going to be taking a loan. Maybe not. No, we're not, because we're an advisor short. Let's attack. Hopefully we get there before it ticks. Good. No leader. Very low morale. Wow, they have 1.3 less than us. Gotta love the fighting the peasants.